Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source, coming off a Thursday night where we hit the Texans bet, but the rest of the night wasn't too great. You know what? Actually, Jess hit 2 tennis bets, so shout out to Jess, who's been absolutely on fire, 23-7 in her last 30. But NBA was a bad night, college football was a bad night. Anyway, it's college football Saturday. I got a Big Ten video for you here. Iowa Hawkeyes, Purdue Boilermakers, let's go.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. Hey, get the Source.
All right, Hawkeyes on the road at Purdue here. Line is Purdue minus 4.5. Public is even, but look at all that sharp money on the Boilermakers. 87% of the money on Purdue as of Monday morning. Check this out, though. We got a full 180. The books took heavy Iowa money this week. Now here we are on Friday night. We're looking at the sharp money on Iowa now, and the books react to it. We're now looking at Purdue minus 3.5. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know the first step. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Purdue minus 1.38. So that's a 2-point lean on the Iowa Hawkeyes here. So let's break down this matchup. And I mean, we all know the story with this Iowa team. Absolutely elite defense, one of the best defenses in the country. Absolutely dreadful offense, one of the worst offenses in the country. And the analytics back that up. They are third in DFEI in the FBS, 100th in OFEI. But is there hope with this Iowa offense? We'll start there. They're going up against the Purdue defense, which certainly isn't good. And hey, Iowa put up 398 yards of offense on Northwestern last week. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Iowa football, you might be like, Sauce, 398 yards against Northwestern? That's not impressive. Trust me, if you've been watching Iowa games, 398 yards is plenty impressive. They're only averaging 248 yards of offense a game. So obviously we're leaning towards Iowa probably not scoring many points, but Purdue's defense hasn't been playing well. I know they're 42nd in DFEI, but if you look at the last 2 weeks, this defense really hasn't performed well. Purdue allowed 476 yards and 37 points at home to Nebraska. That's unacceptable. And they followed that up by allowing 381 yards of offense and 35 points to Wisconsin. Now, to be fair, Purdue turned the ball over 3 times in that Wisconsin game, so those numbers might not be 100% legitimate. And one thing you have to take note of with the Iowa offense, as bad as it's been, and it's been bad, keep in mind, this team has played 4 of the top 8 rated defenses already this year. No one else has done that. They played Ohio State, Michigan, Illinois, Iowa State. All 4 of those defenses ranked in the top 8 in the country. Now, Iowa's offense is bad, but there's a lot of offenses that would have piss poor numbers if they went up against those 4 teams in their first 8 games. So there is a theory to be had that this Iowa offense isn't nearly as bad as people think, and it's actually undervalued. I'm not one of those people that has this theory. I've watched Spencer Petras play football for 2 years now. I've seen him miss so many open throws. I am not a believer in this offense. I mean, even if you look at the Rutgers game, which is one of their more impressive offensive performances, I guess, Iowa put up 27 points, yeah. The Scarlet Knights, Rutgers gave them 3 turnovers in that game. 277 yards of offense against Rutgers is not impressive. I don't care how you slice it. That's not impressive. I don't see Iowa's offense scoring more than 20 points in this game personally. So then the question becomes, how many points can we expect Aiden O'Connell in this pass-heavy Purdue offense to score on Iowa's defense? Well, like I said earlier, and like you probably already know, Iowa's defense is official as hell, 3rd in DFEI, one of the best defenses in the country. But how can we possibly predict what we're going to see here? When have we even seen Iowa's defense go up against a good passing offense? They went up against Ohio State, and the Buckeyes scored 54 points on Iowa. That being said, Iowa turned the ball over 6 times in that game. I mean, that game was about Iowa's turnovers. It wasn't about Ohio State's offense carving up the Iowa defense. In the Iowa State game, yeah, the Cyclones have a pass-heavy offense, but 1, that offense isn't nearly as good as Purdue's, and 2, that's a rivalry game. There's extra shit going on there. We can't really use either of those games as a gauge. So is Purdue going to struggle to move the ball? Yeah, of course they are. This is Iowa. This defense is as good as advertised. But Aiden O'Connell's still going to drop back to pass 40 times, and he's still going to get his 300 yards passing, and they're still going to put up some points. And I mean, really, if you sit down and take a look at Iowa's schedule, look at their wins. They beat South Dakota State, Nevada, Rutgers, and Northwestern. There's not a single impressive win on this resume. I have not seen enough from this offense to back Iowa here. I know the Sharps are liking Iowa later in the week. The line movement makes me think I should bet Iowa, but I can't do it. I'm laying the points here. Give me Purdue -3.5. Let's go Aiden O'Connell. If anything changes with this bet, I'll let you know on Twitter, so give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final Saturday tickets that I do, which is like bet of the day, parlays of the day, underdogs of the day, top 7 bets, that kind of stuff, head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. College football week 10, it's Saturday. We had a horrible Saturday last week, but we've had a good week since then. So let's keep that momentum going. Let's have a good Saturday. I'll talk to you on Twitter.